Hey there, Aries. I hope you're doing well. You're in good health, good spirits. I'm going to be just pulling some cards and seeing how things go. We'll take these two. You have the Ace of Discs, Nine of Swords, Wealth and Fear, Five of Wands, Competition. So with that, it seems that perhaps you have a new career path, a new job, something that you would hope would provide wealth, fortune, and there's something that is kind of deep-seated doubt going on. And it's creating some fear when it comes to having to be compared to other people in your field or in your job. So then you have the Five of Cups, disappointment, the Sun, and the Prince of Wands or Knight of Wands, instigation. So it seems that there's also maybe this fear going on seems to be connected to something that is disconnected from work or career, and it's more has to do with this Prince of Wands or Knight of Wands, in the sense that that person was someone you were hoping you'd have some kind of good chemistry with, probably did have good chemistry with, brought you joy for a little bit of time, but with the Prince of Wands, Knight of Wands energy, basically it wasn't going to last anyway. The individual there basically sees something they want, goes for it. When they get it, it's kind of done and over with. Has really nothing to do with you, Aries. Has everything to do with them. Over here you have Princess of Discs or Page of Pentacles. Manifestation is the word on the card. Eight of Cups, retreat, and Four of Wands, celebration. So basically, it's kind of saying just to focus back on your career or your education, whatever it is that was going to help you be more, accumulate more financial wealth and more confidence. And maybe go back to learning something. Maybe there was something that you missed when you started your task. A lot of times when we're confused about something or have some type of misunderstanding, it has to do with the basis of something at the root of what we had learned that is just a little off. It's kind of like math problems. You need to be able to know what 3 plus 3 plus 3 is to know what 3 times 3 is. So basically you need to know how to add in order to multiply. You need to know how to subtract in order to divide and things like that. Horrible example, maybe that's why I'm not a math teacher. But basically you need to focus, or I see that there is a need to focus on kind of going back a step and seeing if there were some basics that you might have to kind of review. And with respect to Eight of Cups and retreat, basically once you kind of move on past whatever you had with this Prince or Knight of Wands, you'll be able to kind of focus on your education, career path, whatever you were excited about, and you'll be able to reach a milestone and kind of find some celebration with respect to that. Once that occurs, then you can revisit the romantic aspect. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of clarify these cards here. You have the Eight of Cups for the Ace of Discs. So basically, it's kind of indicating, like I said, you really need to kind of move on from this situation here with the disappointments. It could be that, actually, I'm going to take a look at the Eight of Cups over there, because it could be that you're disappointed and you're still kind of with that Prince of Wands somehow. So I'm going to clarify. Eight of Cups, you have the High Priestess. So you might not have walked away yet, but your intuition is pretty much trying to get you to walk away. You can see the High Priestess here is walking away, has their back to us, and holding a little handful of magic. So once you can walk away from that situation, you'll be able to focus more on this material aspect that was creating value. So I'm going to clarify the Nine of Swords. Man, I need to articulate better. You have the Temperance card, which is indicates a need for balance, peace. So it seems that with the Nine of Swords, whatever fear or anxiety were kind of coming up in relation to the career path, education, job, it was interrupting your ability to sleep and have balance. So I would say you need to, or you should kind of make sure that you are releasing any negativity, walking away from what doesn't serve you. And if you're having nightmares, keep a dream journal. Maybe that's how your intuition will come in and help you move on from the situation. I'm going to clarify this Sun here. You have Judgment. So yeah, in terms of how you felt, feeling good about this fleeting fancy with the Prince of Wands or Knight of Wands, Judgment calls for you to take a moment of truth to reflect on how you contributed to that situation, how you might have been, led to believe it was something that it really wasn't, or it was going to turn into something that it didn't turn out to be. I'm going to clarify the Five of Cups. You have the Ten of Wands here. So it seems that your disappointment comes from doing all the work in that relationship. Perhaps you were the one initiating texts. Maybe you kind of said to yourself, oh, well, if they don't respond to my texts, or if they don't respond within this number of days or these number of hours, then I'm not going to pursue this. But there was just enough breadcrumbs for you to keep picking up. How about there were just enough little sticks dropped, little wands dropped for you to pick up the pieces. And it's interesting how we kind of negotiate with ourselves like that. if then. And it keeps moving the marker just a little bit. So I'm going to clarify here clarify the Prince of Wands. Yeah, the Knight of Swords. So with the Prince of Wands or the Knight of Wands plus the Knight of Swords, this person was going to be in and out. They weren't going to stick around anyway. Is that something that you should have known, or you did know, or hoping that would change? That's for you to kind of figure out when you kind of do your moment of truth and self-reflection. With the Judgment card, it's really about honestly looking at the situation, what you did to make you feel a certain way, think certain things, actions, recognizing it and acknowledging it, accepting it, and just letting it go. So you're not keeping this baggage with you. So let me see, maybe this competition in the workforce or something is kind of bringing up some aspect of this failed hopeful relationship in some way. Clarify the Five of Wands. You have Ace of Cups. So the way that I see it is that really you were hoping that wherever your excitement was, when it comes to your education, this new job or new start, career path, whatever that is, it seems like you were hopeful about that, and here you were hopeful about this relationship, and it's almost like got somehow sandwiched together in terms of your success with the relationship and success in this other new endeavor that you started. Kind of were tied, and where there's disappointment, Five of Cups in one, you have the Five of Wands competition the other. Basically there's instability and chaos tied together, but I'm seeing it's more related to this here, because you have the Princess of Discs, the manifestation, and so that seems like you still have that chance. Not that chance. There is that potential for prosperity and wealth and health and pretty much creating the security that you need. You still have that, and it's not necessarily tied to this swords, wands energy here that was really flighty. So I'm going to clarify the Princess of Discs, or Page of Pentacles here. You have the Ten of Swords. So yeah, it's tying back to the concept of there's something in the learning process that really is kind of haunting you, and once you take a look at that, at what you maybe even this relationship made you kind of skim over some aspects of the initial learning process over here in your career or job or education, whatever it was. And so once you go back and look at what that is, you'll be able to kind of focus a little bit more, sleep better at night, and maybe you'll start kind of recognizing, putting the pieces together a little bit more to help with your intuition and maybe help you walk away from this Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands individual. I'm going to clarify the Four of Wands over here. You have the Two of Pentacles, so it indicates that you'll need to put in the work to make the Four of Wands happen. But in terms of where I see relationships, you only have the Ace of Cups over here, and the Eight of Cups in these two areas. So it seems to be kind of saying to focus more on not love issues. So I'm going to pull a card here. This oracle card says cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. This kind of indicates that you need to get rid of whatever doesn't serve you, kind of Eight of Cups vibe. And this is basically telling you to, hi Sammy, to clean it up. You need to push aside all the negativity. You need to go back and look at things that you skimmed over. You need to put, if you've got 5 weeks of laundry backed up, do some laundry. Basically declutter your life, declutter your emotions and baggage, and that will help you to be more in that Zen area and figure out what you need to figure out in order to reach that milestone for the endeavor that you started with respect to this Ace of Discs wealth card. So here is a spirit animal, oracle to kind of guide you forward. You have Sandpiper spirit. Be playful. So whatever happened with this Knight of Swords, Prince of Wands situation, I think this is more saying if you went into it wanting to play and it turned into something a little more that you were hoping for, recognize that, acknowledge that. And if you want to be playful, you need to set up more boundaries going into those types of situations. And if you want something that's playful that turns into something more serious, I would go with more of the Knight of Pentacles type of person. A little bit more reliable. Or Knight of Cups. Anyway, I'm hoping this provides a helpful perspective, and we'll see you next time. Take care.